Hello guys, we're going to start here in just a second. Just going to share the link here. Alright. Okay. Hey Eli, how you doing? Alright. Okay. So, after... That's good. So... After a mini break because I was away, we're going to get things going here again. Another 16 matches. This is the 7th one, so after this one we'll be halfway through. And yeah, Ricky Steamboat is done. XT. Oh, nice. Oh, the tagging with Trick Williams. Ooh, that should be fun. I saw Bubba Ray and in Maple Leaf Pro. He was actually a heel. So are they booking him like a babyface? Because it was funny because at the event at first people cheered for him, and then before the match on night one he just turned on the crowd and stuff. So I didn't know if that was going to be far reaching or not. Shoot. Did I? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about though, Eli. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird 4 years, that's for sure. Yeah, let's get first match going here. Yeah, I figured. Okay. Trying to think. Who has yet to win? Too Cold. So we'll start Too Cold. Had a little stutter in there. I'll keep an eye out. Tweak equals 1. Ah, I get ya. Too Cold and RVD. We'll open it up with that. Too Cold and Canyon. Have we done that? We have done Too Cold and Canyon. So let's do... We'll do these. We'll do this matchup. No, he's had some matches. Canyon has.
Fight!
Yeah. Rhino. Oh, he did. Oh, another TNA crossover. Did he appear there?
One, two, three.
Ooh. Nice. I actually legit saw Rhino live one time. He actually guested at a local Michigan promotion in Cadillac for an event. He didn't really do anything beyond hip tosses for other moves, but he did gore a couple guys. No, I don't think he's doing matches and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because it's hard to say, because he was active for when I saw him. Oh, that's awesome. Seeing Awesome Kong, that'd be sweet.
One, two, three.
Oh, Too Cold gets a win. Alright, move on to the B bracket. Warren hasn't won anything yet. Saturn hasn't either. Have Saturn and Morton fought against? No, they haven't. Alright, we'll do this. Oh, did I save? Alright. 97. House show 97. Nice. Yeah, the one I saw this year, the same group, I don't know if I posted pictures I had for it or not yet on the Discord. I only took a couple. The standout thing for this year's one, it took place in the local hockey rink, but the ice was melted, of course.
Hey!
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Really? I didn't know that was gonna be in a hockey rink. That's interesting.
Hey!
Yeah.
One, two.
Ooh.
1, 2. 5 minutes long. Finish.
Death Valley Driver.
1, 2.
Morton's in a lot of trouble here. That makes sense. I mean, get them having a shared stadium, especially if you don't have a lot of big, if you only have like a couple teams as is. Yeah, that makes sense.
Come on!
They might have a Canadian football team there.
Yeah! Lock and load! Ha! One, lock and load!
Crossbody. I get that, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Hey! Yeah! One,
Jackknife.
2, 3.
Oh, Morton gets a win.
Yeah!
Let's see, we can get Ricky Steamboat in action here. Let's have his first match be against Chris Jericho here.
Fight! Ha! 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 Yeah! Ha!
Ooh, quick little roll up. Oh, trying to get that locked in early. But yeah, I haven't really talked about Crown Jewel yet, though. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had to skim through the show a little bit. I was kind of, it aired during the week I had a bunch of stuff going on, so I kind of had to speed run it a little bit. I barely remember what matches were on the card. From what I gathered, it didn't seem like anything was like bad on the show. I just think a lot of people didn't like the fact that a lot of stuff was kind of put on hold to make room for the Crown Jewel shenanigans. I think that's what a lot of people were bothered by. But that's kind of, but here's the thing though. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talking about how they're not using Braun. Yeah. Yeah, Bloodline stuff opened the show. Codebreaker. Trying to think. I can't remember. Double power bomb. Steamboat's in trouble. Ah, what a cheap win from Jericho. He wins with a kitchen sink. What disrespect that is. Yeah, let me look at the show itself. I'll look here. So we head to the D bracket here. Bossman has yet to have a win, so let's see. Bossman and Taker, that'll be a good one. Let's do that. So, let me look here. Yeah, the opening match was the Bloodline against New Bloodline versus Old Bloodline. It's kind of weird that one of the Tongos was at ringside for Jacob Fatu. It's kind of funny, despite having Tama and Tonga as tag guys. Like, they don't really pair up in anything that's not just tag teams. Like, if it's a group thing, they always put Fatu above one of them, which is weird. But I get it. Against the New Bloodline stuff, they won. That was okay. It wasn't like bad or anything. Then we had the fatal four-way for the tag titles, women's tag titles. Jade and Bianca retained them. It was okay. I mean, there was a little bit of storytelling with Chelsea Green and Piper, but nothing really there. I like this feud between Rollins and Reed. It's like it's an odd pairing, but it somehow works. And I think a lot of it is that Bronson Reed has very sneaky athleticism that pairs up really well with Rollins. I like to see it continue, but maybe with a little bit more craziness. Yeah, it would have been nice if Bronson won, that's for sure. I think at this point, if you're gonna get him going to be more upper in the mid card, or even possibly a title reign at some point, he needs to start winning some feuds. Bossman Slam. And hi Savior, how you doing? After that match was Liv winning was the right call. She's definitely the right one for that. So I don't have any. It was a short match actually, but right person. LA Knight defeating Andrade and Carmelo. From what I gathered, that was a very good match. LA Knight winning was the right choice. It's kind of weird. I'm starting to hear people boo him a little bit. But I know that Andrade and Carmelo were doing like this big like best of 7. And it seemed like LA Knight kind of like he's feuding with those two as well, and he's kind of like hijacked it a little bit. I don't know how people feel about that, but the 7, yeah, exactly. Cody, Owens and Orton were gonna fight, but Owens immediately DQs Orton and just beats the ever-loving crap out of him. So there's a continuing there. And then the main event, I guess it was a good match. Like I said, I skimmed through a lot of these, in all honesty, especially the later matches. You know what? And in all honesty, Carmelo, he can still cook a little bit. Andrade would have benefited from it because he's a veteran, and they made him a big deal when they got him, and they haven't really gave. Yeah, it's not even mentioned in the Wikipedia page, but I know what happened. I know it did. Yeah, you know what? Now I think about it, I kind of get why people weren't quite happy with the way it was booked, because I like the idea that they're belts, but in all honesty, they really should be trophies, because that's what they really are. It's just belts look better than trophies. They really do, at least in the wrestling world. But I like that you're using that to have somebody be the guy for stuff. I think it's a nice little pseudo way of saying, hey, this guy is the best of this time period for this year until we do Crown Jewel again. Yeah, it is. Um, let's see. Let's do Sting again. Who can we pair Sting against? Sting against The Rock. There we go. Yeah, they did the ring thing, which was good, cool. I like that. Yes, the belts are staying in Saudi. Yeah, they're like in the thing with
Fight!
yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with them doing that whole thing. I think what bothered a lot of people about it, like I said, is that, and this is kind of the double-edged sword of having, well, yeah, the reason why they had Cody win because he's the baby face of the two, and to be honest, I mean, him beating the Roman Reigns, this is the year of Cody. This is his year. And that's just kind of the way they have it, and they see Cody as the guy of the promotion. That's why they kind of booked it the way they did. But I am starting to hear people kind of critique how they're handling the roster a little bit. How they're booking, like, Braun Breaker, having Jey Uso lose the IC title so quickly. Now, I don't think these are problems, but I think a problem, but I've said this before, you got a lot of mid-card guys kind of not doing a lot because you have all your belts tied up to these long-term storylines. Now, it's nice that the belts aren't just in one group for 2 years like it was with the Bloodline. Ooh. But still, I mean, it's just, if you're going to have these many guys, then you're going to have to start pacing things a little quicker. And I think dedicating a bunch of dead time for pay-per-view for stuff like Crown Jewel is the answer. And I think, I don't know, I think at some point you have to look at your roster and say, okay, we have 50 guys, but we're really only using 30 right now. What do we use with the other 20? What do we do with the other 20? And I don't know if they're there yet. Now, do I think the roster split's a problem? No. Do I think the amount of belts they have is a problem? No, I don't. I think the problem at this point right now is the fact that they are too obsessive compulsive with long-term storytelling. And they're doing good stuff with that, but now they got to figure out a way to do great short-term storytelling. And that's something that it can be very tough to do. Yeah, exactly. Tombstone, Deathlock. Hayabusa does not like that. He's helping out The Rock. Yeah, exactly. But that shooting star with the people's elbow.
Bring it.
Yeah. And I think there are ways of doing that. But probably, I mean, the problem with Gunther is now is that what do you do with Gunther after he loses the title? You know? Oh, Eli, I could dedicate streams in talking about the election. And you can say what you want on here, but I'm probably gonna not talk about it much just cause I could go on for a bit on that. Yeah, exactly. I just think I think right now, I think despite WWE not really signing a lot of guys, they're kind of sticking to their guns. I think the problem is that like I said, like they have these long story reigns that only involve 2 to 4 people, and that's the focus. And if you divide all that up between the titles and stuff, really there's a lot of leftover guys. And I think them booking the IC title the way they did, because I know a lot of people are harping over that. To be honest, I think people are overthinking it. I think they wanted to have a do a couple quick reigns because they needed Jay to have a title reign, and they had him drop to be part back to the Bloodline stuff. They just wanted him to have a title reign just to say he had a title reign because it was way overdue. Braun Breaker dropping like he did, I think they dropped it like he did because not every title reign needs to be long. And at some point we were going to get a short reign, and that was it. And I don't know. I think people are taking it way too. Yeah. It could be a blessing in disguise because to be honest, Rhea. I mean, and that's the problem with waiting so long to do this. You know, it's okay to have your big moment at a pay per view that isn't SummerSlam or WrestleMania. You know, you could have that big moment on a Survivor Series or Money in the Bank or fuck it, Backlash. I mean, why not? I mean, they're getting all these people coming in all these countries, so they do this B show pay-per-views. But how long are people going to go to those shows when everyone knows that they're not going to do anything big there? Like, don't be afraid to pull the trigger at one of those events. Make those events special. Make them must-sees. You don't have to save it all for the 2 pay-per-views. Yeah. Hey, pop. That's funny. But yeah, I just think that the only problem WWE has right now is that their booking only requires a certain amount of people and they have too many people. And it's not that they'll never need them, it's just they need to give them something to do that that doesn't something to do that makes sense, you know? And if they're gonna maintain the long-term storytelling with most if not all the titles, then they got to give them something. And if they're not, then they maybe have to think about trimming that roster down even more. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I remember for a bit they were forming a cajillion stables, and none of those stables have won anything still. Like Final Testament and all that. I mean, I've heard um Street Profit guys are complaining a lot about them not being given anything, and it's true. They've been a successful tag team for years, and they haven't had one reign, not one. I mean, you had Imperium and the Brawling Brutes feuding forever, and it was a great feud and didn't need titles, not necessarily, but it would have been nice for them to have some tag title stuff. And that's not Hunter's fault during that time period, but all I'm saying is that there's a lot of missed opportunities because because the urge to keep belts on people for so long. Because yeah, the pop of a title change is great, but how many people are you gonna throw in a blender to get to that point? Yeah, just job for the Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah, it's very obvious that the Motor City Machine Guns are going to hold on to those belts for a minute. They need to build up that prestige. But here's the thing: if they want to build up the prestige of the tag titles, do some storylines around them. Put them on pay-per-views, and God forbid have them maybe main events sometimes. I mean, they did more for the undisputed tag titles than they have done with the 2 new tag titles. They debut fresh coat of paint and everything, and everyone thought they were going to be the big shit, and they've been booked worse than the other ones were. Oh, I got distracted. All right. He doesn't have a lot. We just saw Saturn. Sandman hasn't. What can we do with... Ha, doink. There we go. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the problem. Is that they're not like... And I know that they hate to hear this, but not every match needs 15 minutes.
Fight!
But that's the thing. I mean, and that's the thing too. It's like, and here's another one, Solo Sikoa. He's the boss of the bloodline and all this. He's doing all this stuff, and he hasn't won one singles title at all. Not IC or US, not even a tag title thing. He's won nothing. And I'm sorry, but if anyone is gonna have those, and that's the problem when you with the belts they have right now, because and the thing is, LA Knight and Braun Breaker having the US and IC title, that's great, and what they're doing with them is great. But there's also other guys that could benefit from it and aren't, because you need to have LA Knight have those guys hold on to the belts for I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. And the more I see it, the more I kind of realize, you know what? I get why AEW has the amount of belts they do. The problem with AEW is that they're not booking as good as WWE. Now, don't get me wrong, they're still booking better than AEW WWE is. That's for sure. It's just, at some point, what are you going to do with these mid-card guys? Because it's not even having guys hold on to titles for long. It's the fact that they're taking so long to feud with one or two guys, and it's giving nobody else anything to do. I think feuds need to be done quicker. And I don't think it makes sense to have all these guys quote unquote active when they're doing nothing. Yeah, and that's the thing, like that's the thing, the match formula is a good match formula, like the matches are good, but at some point you need to mix in the lengths a little bit. And I'm kind of ready for them to... I want to start seeing more feuds where the titles bounce back and forth a little bit. That's a big thing there. I'm not a fan of feuds where guys hold on to titles throughout them and then finally lose them at the last match. I just think it just makes it very not as fun. Yeah. Or they're doing WWE Speed, and I love WWE Speed. I think it's a great way to focus on the undercard, but they make it completely non-canon, and it's so stupid. Like, if they won the WWE title, it should be on Raw and SmackDown. It's not like, it's not, and the thing is, SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, they always mention champions and other promotions, but somehow Speed is excluded from that? Like, fucking what? Like, it's so asinine. I mean, Andrade's the current Speed champion right now from last I saw, and you don't see him with the title. It's like, alright, does this stuff count or not? Because if it doesn't count, then why the fuck are we watching it? You know? Yeah, Droz is helping out Sandman. That's what it feels like. We got a draw here. Well, they are doing a main event show. They're debating a main event show in December. And I don't think they should kill Speed. It's just acknowledge the damn thing. That's what I say. I mean, it's not that hard. I don't think Elon Musk is gonna be bothered that the speed title's being mentioned on something other than his X platform. Um. Well, speaking of Rollins, let's have a little Seth Rollins match. Ooh, that's can we has he faced off against? No, he hasn't. Let's do that. I think it I think it will be weekend show. Saturday, like the main event show. I think. I don't know. I don't know the details, but it could be.
Fight!
It's just right now, despite WWE's story-driven stuff, they are becoming more sport-like, and they are kind of ditching some of the story stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be more of an effort to make sure everybody has something like TV ready going on. Even if they're not tied to belts necessarily, it's just something that gets people excited to watch throughout the card. That's something the Attitude Era did very well. And I don't think they're quite there yet. They could be, but they're not. And I think a problem with that is that they're giving certain storylines a lot of TV time, which is fine, but it leaves a lot of other people in the dust. I mean, yeah. I mean, that is fair. But at the same time, though, you got a lot of people arguing that wrestling shows should be 2 hours and not 3. And even though it is hurting them right now, I think at some point they do have to look at themselves and be like, okay, what makes sense here? Like, can we book a fun, unpredictable wrestling show and pay-per-views with the guys we have and have everyone be involved and benefit? And if they can't do that, then they gotta do something with the rest. Either cut them or create something for them to do that isn't necessarily like that high-end requirement. Yeah, exactly. Now, personally, for me, if I'm going to watch one wrestling show weekly, I don't think I can even do 2 hours. Like, I could do an hour. But that's not exactly feasible nowadays, so I don't really watch a lot of weekly wrestling shows. Yeah, exactly. And I love the idea of having a bunch of people have factions, but there's not really a big point in having factions if guys aren't winning belts. Yeah, pretty much. And that's perfect. Yeah, it is. And that's just one of them. If you're going to watch SmackDown and NXT, that's like triple that.
Yeah! 1, 2, 3!
Oh, Rollins gets the win. Or to the D bracket here. Yeah, and when I say all this, I still think WWE's doing great, but the Triple H system is starting to show cracks, and they should be addressed. But you know what? Here's a great idea. Instead of doing a bunch of stuff on TV, have a YouTube show. And not necessarily be with belts, have it be more story stuff with 2 or 3 matches mixed in, you know. But have them included with the draft too. Yeah, But yeah, and the thing is, American Made, and the Wyatts are good. Karrion Kross's group, something has to happen there. The problem with Karrion Kross is that his whole gimmick is about changing people after feuding with him, and I don't know. It's kind of the same after a while. There's not really he keeps doing the same thing over and over again with different people, and it doesn't really go the way he plans. In all honesty, I think he needs a gimmick change. In all honesty, I think he needs to change it up a little bit. You know what? Maybe they should make him a babyface. I think I think that might be the way to go. Yeah. Yeah, Paul, like the tag team he manages with them is great, but they're not exactly high end on the character department. So he benefits as a talking thing for them. But yeah, I think they should make turn Cross a babyface and change his character a little bit, tweak it a little bit. Like I think that's what they need to do. And you know what? At the same time, and I don't think they'll ever do this, but based on his fame for impersonating Jesse Ventura, maybe like have fun with that a little bit. I don't know. I mean, just something fun, you know? Because I think that's what's really missing from him. Like either heel or babyface, a fun factor. No, and he hasn't been the same because his OG thing, he wasn't really a talker necessarily. He was booked like a slasher killer. Like he came in, choked people out, and won. You know, that was kind of the way he was booked. He was bald. He was booked like a horror monster, and they kind of tried to make him like a horror prophet. And it's just not the same. And not to say he can't talk. He can talk. Like all the stuff he does good in, it's not credible anymore because it hasn't worked and is not changing anything. The only thing he's done is create a faction, which is cool on paper, but they haven't won anything, you know. Um, let's get Dreamer something. Dreamer and Angle, that'd be an interesting one. We'll do that one.
Fight!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was.
Yeah! Give up! Give up! Yeah!
But here's the thing with the rosters right now. Here's what I think they should do. Yeah, or something. Like something that adds a little bit of meat to his bones a little bit. Something credible. Yeah, just like something that lets him like be a little bit more in depth. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but I agree with the YouTube show idea, and I'll take it a step further. What I think they should do is that I think they need to make the show's roster smaller, but have the 3 shows and then have a YouTube show, but count that as part of the draft. And draft all those guys among the 4 shows, but have the 4 shows have a different thing. Like have Raw be the hardcore TVMA show, have SmackDown be like their token cable TV show for cable, have NXT be the young, like kind of the more the indie show, and have the YouTube show be the funky story driven show. And I'll say this, I don't think NXT is past being a developmental show anymore. I don't see them as that anymore. Like, they're constantly out doing high ratings. Like, their character work has outshined Raw and SmackDown sometimes, or matched it at least. I just don't think that they should be labeled as that anymore. I think they should be part of the draft like the other shows. Because to be honest, having a new guy go through all of NXT, because I think the problem with guys going from NXT to Raw and SmackDown is that all their fun, fame, momentum's being used up in NXT, and by the time they get to Raw or SmackDown, they don't have a lot left. Yeah, exactly, a third major brand. I just think that, especially, oh, Angle gets the win, especially considering that WWE is going to do that ID program with the indie promotions, then what exactly is the frickin' point of NXT anymore if they're not even going to be a true developmental promotion? I don't know. I just think a big problem, I think a lot of their problems will be solved if they start dividing guys, making the show rosters a bit smaller, and start and if they're gonna have like matches and rivalries go long term, you can do that, but I think if you're gonna want guys to be able to still do stuff and have everyone equally doing shit, there needs to be more opportunities for them. Yeah, and I think what made NXT so good is that Triple H formed it into what the other two shows weren't, and it stayed that way. It never really changed. Even when they did the 2.0 era, it still was NXT. Mm-hmm. We'll do a Canyon match. Let's have him go against... Ooh, Ospreay. We'll do that. But yeah, I think that's the trick. And the thing with that is that the YouTube show, you don't really need belts on the YouTube show. I don't think you really do. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't think it's necessary. But I think at some point they are gonna have to consider like expanding the draft beyond just 2 shows. Like, it should be 3 or more, in my opinion. But I don't know. Overall, I think if they're committed to long-term storytelling with most of their titles, then they need to make those show rosters a little smaller. They don't need to quit like the show divisions or anything like that. They can still do all that, just make the rosters a little smaller.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Oh wow, Canyon! Bust a quick one there. Well, it makes up for me yapping on for 5 minutes before putting on a match. I get that. I think my only problem with it being just a call-up is that so many guys spend so much time there that I just feel like by the time they do get to Raw and SmackDown, their best stuff's already been done. Because the thing with NXT is that everyone sees NXT like they see Raw and SmackDown. It's not done like something where you have to actively seek out. You really don't. So those characters are being presented on the same level as the other characters on the other show. So when they do get caught up to Raw and SmackDown, it kind of feels like you've kind of already seen what they can do. And it's cool to see them with the other roster guys and stuff, but I don't know. It's just, for me, it's weird to have them be booked and kind of see as a rookie or a newbie when they're still doing stuff. When NXT is still booked and they're still doing stuff that Raw and SmackDown do. Yeah, not quite. Let's see. Haven't seen Tanaka. Let's get Tanaka a match. Ooh, Tanaka and Brett. We can do that. Yeah, I don't know. I just think the problem too is the fact that if they do bring Trick up and they do renew his feud with Carmelo, what is going to be different this time around compared to like but yeah, I just think that yeah, it's just yeah, but a lot can happen in 3 drafts. That's like 3 years. That a lot can happen in 3 years in wrestling. Like one of them could get hurt, one of them could, a lot can happen. I just think that that if you're gonna do like Carmelo and Trick feud, I don't know if you could do it as compelling on the quote unquote main shows that you could with NXT because even though people may watch one show over another, everyone knows what's going on. Like if you're a WWE fan, you're gonna know what happens on SmackDown and NXT and all that. So they're not exactly giving you something you haven't seen before. And I don't know. I just think at the end of the day, I think they need to I think they need to start I don't know. I just think, yeah, because it's like when you're rewatching a movie. You still have fun with it, but it's not the same. And you also risk of it not hitting as well. Because other stuff could happen. Now you could do other things to make it better, but it's very hard to top something that was already great. And the way I see it is that if you're gonna revisit that, then you have to do it fresh, and I think that's just hard to do if you're already done it. Because even though NXT is technically the developmental show, it's not presented like a developmental show. It's presented the same way as the other 2 shows. Just because they have less seating than the other 2 shows, it doesn't really mean a lot. Because all 3 shows are on different networks, different places. Like, it's even ground. I mean, NXT sometimes gets more views than the other 2 shows. I don't know. I just think that
10 more seconds.
Oh, I don't know. It's too late. Yeah. Robbed by the bell again, yeah. No. Don't know if we'll be... Well, I don't think it was the last time. Probably stuff like that happened in WCW. Well, not like Montreal, but... Um... We have Tanaka. Well, Ray hasn't won anything. Let's pair him up against... This will be a good one. Ooh, I gotta save though.
Fight!
But yeah, that's just what I think though, but... Despite all that, they're still doing better than AEW. That's for sure.
One, two, three, four.
1, 2, 3! Move up!
Five minutes gone.
Move up! Move up! 1, 2!
Ooh,
1, 2!
I got him with that. That's cool.
1, 2! 1, 2!
Not quite.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 10 minutes gone.
You can't escape.
Huh. 10-woman tag. That is... Well, that's their whole woman's roster then, if it's 10-woman tag. Yeah. In Philly. Yeah, and I guess what's weird too is the fact that ECW never really developed like a women's wrestling division, so there's not a lot of historicalness in that. But oh, Corey's here. She's just
Got snacks.
all right. Let's. Do Edge. We'll do him against Jerry Lynn. Oh man, I can't imagine them doing cat fights now. Uh, yeah. Would you put as his finisher in the game? Because I don't think the Styles Clash is in that game.
Fight! Yeah!
Ah,
One.
yeah, they had to be slowed down in the ruthless aggression era,
Yeah!
but yeah, no, it's just one of those things that just doesn't age well. Not really.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, I guess if they wanted to go for something, I guess you could argue like something like Liv and some other love interest to Dominic, but at that point it's just a straight up like fist fight, and there's not really like, I don't know how else you could swing that.
One, two!
5 minutes gone.
Give up! Give up!
Chelsea Green, it would kind of suit a little bit too,
Give up!
but
Yeah!
she's not in anything like that right now.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Yeah,
Yeah! One, two!
yeah, I mean, yeah, it just depends on them. I mean, because I can't imagine Nia Jax doing something like a cat fight or Rhea Ripley, because I feel like a one punch from them and it's over. Yeah, it will. They always do. Yeah, MMA woman. There's only like one in the promotion. Well, no, I don't know how many are in WWE right now.
3, 4!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the lady in American Made is too, the one that does the Dragon Sleeper finisher.
Yeah!
Oh, made him tap. Well, Did they say it was her orbital bone that was damaged? Because if it was broken, then maybe... I don't know. I don't know how long those would take to heal. We haven't... We'll do Jeff and Cody here.
Fight! Give up!
One.
Give up!
One, two, three.
Yeah. She might come back at like...
5 minutes gone.
At this point, maybe Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble's in February this year, so... So maybe then? I mean, what I think could happen is they could have her heal up. She could go in and win the Rumble and then face Liv at WrestleMania. But I don't know. That's a long time away.
Give up! Give up! Yeah! Whoa!
Yeah, I could work with the Elimination Chamber too. Ooh. Yeah, it's hard to say right now on that. But yeah, it's kind of weird that so many like lead women are out. I mean, I don't mind Charlotte being out because she's like been around forever, but Asuka being out hurts, in my opinion, because she was doing really well, and it would have been nice to see her maybe have a bit more going on solo-wise. Ooh.
1, 2, 3!
PS2, yeah. Yeah, I think Damage Control might be done soon. I can see them breaking up. Yeah, she's taking her time with that, which makes sense. Definitely, because she's been around a little bit too, so I get why she might be a little long, doing the long game with it. Ooh, Liger and Styles, definitely. We're gonna do that one. You know, Bliss is young too, though. She's not like old or anything.
Give up.
Yeah, she could still go.
Yeah.
Crazy that Liv's 30. I never would have guessed it. I thought it would be, she'd still be in her late 20s.
Right.
Liv's older than Rhea? That's
good.
crazy.
Give up. Give up.
I never would have guessed that.
That's good.
Minutes
Give up.
gone.
Give up. Give up. Give up. Right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Count out? Count out's 20.
Yeah.
Ask questions. I can tell you about stuff. Well, whenever it pops up.
1, 2. Yeah. Yeah.
In Japan wrestling, yes, I do believe so because this game takes the Japanese wrestling isms and they incorporate it. Yeah. Well, it's 1, 2, 3. 2.9 is like almost 3. That's more of a game thing than anything. It's just to show how close it was. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, a video game thing, yeah. Alright. Let's see. Let's get Triple H a match. Triple H and Raven. Well, nah. Let's do could do this one.
Fight!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So what's going on here, Corey? There's this mode in this game called League, which pretty much you can have up to 4 brackets of 16 wrestlers, and they compete in a round robin type of thing. And depending on the result of the match, they can get points, like 5 for a win, 4 for a count out or DQ win, or two split if it's tied. And then once all the matches are complete in the bracket, top 3 of each moves on to a tournament. It just counts as a draw. Yeah.
I don't really know anything of wrestling. I just know that when we go to the wrestling up north, I have my favorites, and I scream when people get hit. That's all I know. I know nothing of rules and terms.
Well, in all honesty, most popular wrestling promotion doesn't really do anything that crazy. It's mostly the smaller ones. Usually, with something like WWE, they've never done anything like this ever. It's mostly just story stuff.
Question. Was there ever like a Christmas themed wrestling match?
Oh yeah.
Was there really?
Well, I mean, it's Christmas themed events. The quality of it is kind of judgy. Because a lot of that kind of stuff probably happens during like eras where a lot of shtick, and if not that, pretty crappy.
That's a bummer.
Well,
But it sounds fun though.
well, you're more than welcome to look stuff up. I just can't guarantee you'll enjoy it, but you certainly can try. All right, this is the final match of the stream here.
Who's gonna win?
Let's do Undertaker. He was in one earlier. Let's do.
Am I still a wrestler in this?
I mean, yeah, but this is real wrestler people.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense why the Undertaker's there.
Let's do.
Do you have set people that you want to go against, or is it just like a random whoever?
Well, the guys who are put in the brackets are random. I just pick whatever. I mean, people could suggest in the chat, but I tend to not do repetitive like people in matches. So if they already have a match, I don't show them because
had a match.
I in this episode, I don't have a count on me. I just kind of know when I see them because
Gotcha.
that's just the way my brain works.
What about Cactus Jack?
Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
He hasn't been. We'll put him against Regal. That's a fun one.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Fight!
Fwa! Fwa!
hard to say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's hard to say because the way we do these guys is, in terms of like attribute value, they're all the same. The only difference is just styles and movesets. That's Dan Severn. He's interfering. that's where the storytelling elements come in sometimes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it is. The trick with this game is that it doesn't have a lot of storytelling elements, so when we do group stuff with people, they kind of have to, that's up to them to do, like off screen. Yeah, pretty much if they want to, but they don't typically have to. Some of them don't and just do straight matches like a sport. Yeah, we're kind of... We used to have... We had more people, but people are kind of going off recently, so it's going to be smaller next season. We are welcome to new members, though. Huh? It's up to you.
10 minutes gone.
In person's great. It's great in person. Video game wise, it can be fun. Not necessarily this game specifically, but other games too. So, because this game is fun to play, but it's not like if you want to play one, a fun playing one would be something like Here Comes the Pain or No Mercy. This one, it can be fun to play, but it's a lot of people also use it as a simulator.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, I do it a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I appreciate
11,
that.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Well, it always starts with just getting questions. It's kind of like that Robot Chicken skit where the dad like gets sucked into Inuyasha. I think that might happen to you at some point.
30 more seconds.
Yeah, or any wrestling thing. And Regal wins with a brass knuckle punch.
This is as most as I'm willing to get into.
Well,
At least in terms of video game stuff.
what I need to do is I need you to have I need you to play a game that's like very like play, because this is play, but it's a little different, because part of playing it too is because some people play this to try to get a good match, because this is one of the very few games that evaluates match quality. So some people do it like that too, as opposed to like versus. Hi Dimitri, how you doing?
Hi. I don't know if they can hear me or not, but that's fine.
I think they can a little
I'm
bit.
just asking questions. I'm bored.
That's
I
good.
got tired of YouTube.
I get ya. Alright, so let's look at the rankings at the end of those 16 matches here. Distant, but yes, okay.
Hi.
Yes, I just started it this week. The next one will be this Thursday. They're gonna be ongoing throughout January. I'm planning on doing from Genesis to PS3, of it. So that'll be the thing for a bit. I got 2 done. I gotta keep doing more as I am able to. Yeah, it's one that's been long ongoing. With a lot of the collections I do to do those reviews, I have most of them. It's just 1 or 2 titles that just elude me for a while. Yeah, it's a good series. But yeah, A bracket, number one, it's tied between MJF and Vader with 15. Second place, Canyon with 14, and third place is a big tie between Jarrett, Osprey, Rock, Cody, and Sabu, 10 apiece. B bracket, another two-way tie, 15 apiece with Styles and DiBiase. Funk has 14 in second, and a tie in third with 10 apiece with Christian and Shane Douglas. In the C, Rollins leads with 20. Second place is Mike Awesome. Third place is Chris Jericho. D bracket, Taker leads with 17. Jerry Lynn has 15, and then Kurt Angle has 12. So things
What
are
are the points?
the points
Yeah.
based on like the results of a match. So Undertaker, yeah, because Undertaker, he's won like I don't know how many matches he played, but PS2. I don't know what mine will be. I have to play them. Most of the 90% of the time when I play a game on the channel, especially currently, back in the day, a little more mixed, but currently I'm playing it for the first time on that video, so my reactions to it are pretty genuine to it. But I don't know what my favorite is at this point. But I've played 04 before on the channel before I did the series stuff, so I do have a first opinion on it somewhere. Corey, any questions on things? Yeah, I didn't grow up. The basketball game I grew up with was it's funny. I grew up with 2K11 and 2K12 on PS2. I really held on to that PS2 for a while. But I grew up with those two as my basketball stuff. Um, yeah, 95's good. 95 was the last one they did on Genesis where it was like only Genesis. Because the other ones before them was Showdown, and after Showdown, it was the playoff series, those three games. So the first live game was the last focused one on Genesis. 'Cause after that, because in the next year they bring in PlayStation, that takes some focus away. Streaming schedule wise, definitely tomorrow gonna be that TWN All Stars event. I don't have booking yet for it. It's gonna be a little different. The next few ones are gonna be different. For All Stars booking wise because of the changes happening soon with that. I yes, it was 94. Um, I don't think there's gonna be any other streams tomorrow outside of that one. I don't know. I'm because I want to try to maybe do the All Stars ones earlier, and maybe I don't know if I will. Definitely All Stars though, but I don't know if I'll do a second one. Um, Friday there won't be any streams because of work. Saturday there might be one or two. I don't know. Just depends on how the day goes. But that maybe probably at least one. We'll see. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe Madden. I don't know. But yeah, I'll update when things close. NBA 2K12. Yeah, because to be honest, the way to play those games is definitely PS3 or 360, but I will say the PS2 installments of those games aren't bad either. It's just they don't carry the isms of PS3 and 360. Corey,
Ah.
any questions while we're here or anything like that?
No.
No? Okay. She might have some after the stream.
I'm not good with on the spot.
But yeah, outside of all that though, that's gonna do it for this video here, guys. Thanks for watching. In case you guys wanted to chat with anyone at the Campy Company and you didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab on our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.